Yeah, it is.
Hi.
Hi, Megan. Good to see you again.
I know. Welcome to Sacred Soul Mornings, where we talk about spiritual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 21 of the Tao Te Ching, week by week. We're in this one. Grand Power is what I have. What's the name of yours?
And my title was By Being It.
All right.
But anyway, one thing that I'm going to say is last week's was kind of gloomy.
I
The
know. Mhm.
the chapter and the things that were written and recorded were kind of sad and kind of gloomy, a depressed sounding
Human.
communication.
A depressed human experience. It sounded like it was not of Lao Tzu's wisdom. It sounded like, well, I'm awakened. Now I don't like it. Now I don't belong.
Now,
Everybody else in their innocence enjoy their ice cream and their relationships. And I'm like, blah. And then now we're back.
and so in this next chapter, it's like, whew, I made it through that valley, and this is wonderful.
Yeah. And he's saying, okay, now I got to get back on here. That's enough
Yeah.
wallowing around in the mud. And now I am in the grand power. Because it's like he's reminding himself. It's like his own reminding of himself because, the faith is important, right? No matter what system you're in, you got to have faith in what you believe. And it's like he's saying, okay, all right. I'm done thinking of that now. The grand power flows from the Tao. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just was a prime example of what we go through ourselves. So
Yes.
anyway,
He left a trail for us to go. We are not alone, seekers. You are not alone. I went through it too. 600 years before Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when you said that he left it for us, and I think about someday, you're the one that came up with the idea of little pieces of manna. And I'm
Manna.
hoping that these
Yeah,
are
I call
pieces
him
of manna.
manna. Manna. What do I call them? Manna bites? I can't remember.
Yeah, manna bites, but
Breadcrumbs,
little.
manna bites.
Sure, anyway, we'll get into that at some other
Yeah, we might
time.
leave some manna bites for people or something.
Well, did you want to read yours?
Yeah, so I have the more literal translation from the original. It says, Grand power flows from the Tao. The substance of the Tao is vague and misty, but it contains images. Its substance is tenuous and dark, but it contains an essence. Supremely real, sure and unfailing. From days of old it has been present, the source of all things. How do I know the source? The Father? Only through this, through the Tao. So he's reminding himself, oh yeah, let me get back into this. Everything is the Tao. All of it exists within it, even from the very beginning. All the images were there before they even came into existence. The images were first in the imagination of the mother source, maybe the yin energy. Um, yeah, and it permeates in everything, the source of all things. And how do I know this? Because we are
Mhm.
probably the yang, the father uh, experience of this. You said Big Bang earlier.
I- yeah, and I'm not,
Truly,
there's
though.
a lot that we don't know about all that, but
Well, but I mean, the
I
collusion
know there's,
of the yin and the yang. Yeah, I mean, there's
mhm,
reasons why this is echoes through everything, even in the
mhm.
Old Testament, the male and the female energies. Um, yeah. And we're living a physical experience where we have sensory sensations. That's a very yang experience. That's
And
evidence of it.
we'll get into some things that I found too, talking about the connections between what we see with or what we experience with our senses and having to do with natural laws and the connections with the Tao. But can I read mine? Because it's short too,
I'm
and it has
sure.
just a little bit um, same sentiment, but I don't know. When I read it after chapter 20, us having that experience with Lao, then 21, it was kind of refreshing to me when I first read it. And it says, this path brings us to our true nature. Though this way seems elusive and avoids our words and concepts, and don't we say that a whole bunch? The words just don't describe it.
I said
Words.
that yesterday a million times, not to you. Yesterday, the day
Words.
before to somebody else, I just kept saying, I'm sorry. I said, but the words are just not good enough.
Yeah.
Words are not good enough. I apologize that words are not good enough. I am trying my best
Hmm.
with this individual.
Yeah. And things that,
Words have failed them as well because of traumatic things that happen, to this flesh body. So,
hmm.
yeah.
And so or whoever wrote this down got that part too. Avoids our words and concepts. It is the source of everything, seen and unseen. And this is very reflective of maybe the first few chapters that we ever read is about it's the seen and the unseen. The walking, and that's the yin and yang part. That's the material, physical, and the conscious and the subconscious
In the
and the
Bible,
unconscious.
that's the masculine covering over the feminine. It
All
is.
those
All those things about men and women in the New Testament, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about
yeah,
the order of the universe, not men and women, genders.
right.
Okay.
And physicalnesses. Yeah. But anyway, though walking this path seems to take us into deep and hidden shadows, so we had some shadows last week, seems to take us into, I don't know why,
It was
this,
timely. It was a
yeah, it
timely
was timely.
chapter.
It leads us into the very life force of all things. Since before the beginning of the beginningless time, here we go again. It has been both creator of and witness to all existence. We know, and that's the feminine. We know the truth of this way, not by believing it, but by just being it.
Yeah, that's that
Mhm.
knowing that I told that to somebody 2 weeks ago, I think. When you like asking me, how do you know this? How do you know this is what this means? And it was hard to explain about like an awakening type experience. How do you know
Mhm.
that? Who teaches you? Who's your teacher? Nobody. Well, how
Mhm.
do you know? Well, when you know, you just know with this infallible truth of
Mhm.
experience. I don't know how to explain it. And Lao Tzu tries to explain it at the end too. He says, how do I know the source, the Father? Only through this, through the Tao. That's it. That's the
Mhm.
fact that I don't know how to explain what I'm explaining. I don't know. I guess if you get there, you get there. I don't even know how to put it into words.
And I think that
So no.
and you don't have to get there
You
for one
don't
thing.
have to. And if
You don't have
nobody,
to get
yeah,
there.
nobody
But
wants
if
to
you,
know what I'm talking about, it's not your
yeah,
journey. Who
and
cares?
it's not less, it's
No.
not more, it's not less. And but if you have a yearning in your within your being of wanting me, I just think of peace. To have peaceful thoughts and peaceful, that's what kind of drives me. And then it's like be still and know that I am God. I think that the wisdom in those words is we have to be still sometimes. And it's so hard to, I know we've said this before, but it's so hard to find peace or the calmness or the way unless you're still.
And it also, but nobody's seeking that unless you have a miserable time of not having peace. You're not going to be on that path. Like if you're having a fabulous time in your incarnation of, I don't know, like you get everything you want. Like it's a
Well,
fabulous experience.
then enjoy it.
And
Go ahead.
you're not going to look for any deeper meaning, and it's okay too.
Hmm.
Nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with that. But I think the only people who, at least the
Hmm.
pattern I'm noticing, everybody that is seeking for other things have been through some difficult things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I appreciate you saying because I lose, when I'm whatever, feeling whatever I'm feeling up or down or in between, whatever it is, sometimes I forget that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear it again. So thank
Hmm.
you about that. Well, and so one connection, and we'll talk about whatever, but um, the commentary that I read, uh, the person, let's see, William Martin. But anyway, and so he was saying this journey into the heart of our true nature, so that's that essence, seems dark and foreboding. So we're kind of reflecting back on last week's chapter 20. But anyway, only because it has been hidden for so long by the mental habits, that those layers of the onion, we
Social
have had,
construct onion,
yeah.
right? Social, we always say social constructs because that's what they are. Gender, dialect, identity, whatever. Who I am, nationality,
Hmm.
religion. Mhm.
Yeah. So, but that we have developed over the decades. But anyway, so that's, I don't know. And
Yes.
the way is the actual or origin out of which the world emerged.
So we go back to source.
Mhm.
And it is a dark journey. Not bad. I
At
mean,
times.
but it's scary because the unraveling of everything you know, then what are you? And then
Mhm.
who is
Mhm.
the other people and who,
Mhm.
it
It is
it tears
scary.
apart everything that you think you know about living.
Mhm.
And then what's left? The
And
doubt.
so then I was sharing earlier that I had with you that I had found a chapter in the New Testament with a connection. I didn't find it by myself. I used the research or somebody else. But anyway, but with you saying this, I was thinking of Paul when he was going around and preaching in different spots, and the people would get very agitated with what he was saying. And that's part of it. It is because it is fearful. It does, I mean, it is fear making
Oh,
because it
yeah.
does
Well,
make
I
you
mean,
stop when you're questioning what you have been for decades raised to believe, your religion or your all those social
goodness
constructs.
sakes, I am in this every day. The people that come to me, with anybody, it's because of social construct difficulties. But
Mhm,
boy, the feelings around it are really strong. Like
mhm,
for goodness sakes, I've said it before, but dialect. Holy cow, the feelings around dialect and changing your dialect and betraying yourself and betraying everybody. And oh my goodness. How ridiculous. You go back another 100 years, not even the same dialect, not even the same language. Or about pronouns. Holy cow. There was a
mhm.
time that we didn't even have separate pronouns in English anyway.
Yeah,
If we go
that's
far enough
interesting.
back, who
Mhm,
cares either way? Or, I mean, like, but the identity feelings around it are so strong because I am this person. Or
mhm,
about clothing or haircuts.
mhm,
Holy cow. Or about this, what hit me the deepest this week about disability. All of a sudden, your language doesn't sound so clear anymore.
mhm,
And then you lose all your friends, and people think you're stupid. But the
mhm.
fact that other people just can't even get over the fact that they have those biases,
Yeah.
is just amazing. Whatever, it's just crazy to me how people are so blind to the fact that they have natural tendency to be biased.
Yeah.
Very angry about it.
Yeah, very angry about it. And so right now, then that makes me think about our political
I knew you were going to say it.
culture right now, and that might be why so many people are so angry and want to be against so many other. They're just so blinded by their own.
Their own, because I am this person. I mean, right now we've got this, I'm gonna say it, and I have nothing against white men, but I am white, I am male, I have guns on my shirt. I say I
Yeah.
like guns on my shirt. I have a certain dialect, probably.
Mhm.
I can't, for goodness sakes. Okay. I was sitting at the amusement park the other day with my kids at Bay Beach and watching how men and women stand in body language because I have to, whatever, I'm
Yeah.
going to help some people change their
Yeah.
body language, right? So I have to like really analyze this for
Yeah.
fun. It's not the
Mhm.
first time. But anyway, men in general are afraid to even stand with their toes near each other. I don't
Okay.
know. What does it mean if your toes are near each other?
Oh, that's interesting, isn't
Is
it?
it
All
feminine
kinds of.
to have your toes near each other? I don't know. But they like stand with their feet like this, every single man. And they do not. They only put their hands like this or like this down by their sides. They do not do
Uh-huh.
anything else with their hands. I mean, maybe one has his hand on his hips and everybody goes, oh. It's the craziest thing, but it's that strong that 99% of the men at Bay Beach are unable to cross their toes for fear of crossing their legs. I'm not sure. Now, everyone's not that way. It's,
Hmm.
it's just so crazy how predictable
Oh,
people
wow.
are identities that they can't even relax and just go, oh, my hip hurts. I think I'm going to do something. Or, oh,
Mhm.
I'd like to put my hand somewhere else today and touch my
Hmm.
neck. No, they can't even touch their ears and their necks. Like it's the most bizarre controlled body language I have ever seen in my life.
It's probably not just Caucasian men when you,
No, it's
it,
not at all. It's not just Caucasian, but
because I'm thinking of people right now. However,
it is different. It is different though, according to different countries and cultures. For
yeah.
sure. You learn this in mimicry, but I will say that male versus female is very different. But
Mhm.
I'm not going to make generalizations right now. I
Yeah.
don't want to do that. But there are
Yeah.
different cultures where males do have different body language, do put their hands on their hips, things like that, and it's
Mhm.
all mimicry. It has
Mhm.
nothing to do with your birth,
Learn behaviors.
nothing to do with
Learn
the
behaviors.
capture of
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah.
Totally learn behaviors. But people get very upset if you see someone break the mold unless you're
Hmm.
Hollywood. And then you can be gloriously effeminate and
Hmm.
very attractive. And that's what
Uh-huh.
we want in Hollywood.
Isn't that funny? But you're
Mhm.
right.
But you
Very
can have Jack
attractive.
Sparrow prancing around. Mhm. And
Yes.
yes, he prances around in real life too. Mhm.
We've seen him. He didn't know we saw him, but we saw him.
He pranced. Mhm. Good for him.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay. Brings a little spark of joy.
It does because he was able to maintain that youthful freedom instead of
Yeah.
going, wait, my toes
Oh,
shall not
oh,
touch. That's what it is. It's a youthful
mhm.
freedom.
Youth, I love that. I love that. We
Not
should all
effeminate. I hate
should.
that. The phrase
And
is
it's
not
not
effeminate.
and
It's
it's not just youthful freedom, but it's the what's kind of like last week's chapter about the baby, the infant before it's being taught how to think and feel and be.
smile. An infant
Yeah,
before its smile. Yeah.
yeah, kind of like that a little bit.
A
I don't.
youthful expression of your body.
Yeah.
But boy, are we so much more constrained than we realize we are. And when you start messing that up, you really, really bring on a culture of fear.
Yeah. Well, thinking of that, because I have uh, uh, my two little grandchildren that are here, and I needed to go to the bank and go talk to a person, behind the whatever. And so I had before, because they were just little free body beings all over the place.
Wild
And,
hellions. No,
and I love it.
they
They're
are
great.
free. They are very free
And
body little female girls. They are.
I want them to be.
Yeah.
But I did some of the little putting some layers on yesterday because we were going to the bank and I had to be able to think and communicate with this person about something important. Anyway, and so I used bribery.
To get a grip, right? Get
Yeah,
a
so
grip.
if you can go over there and sit on this couch, which was very comfortable, and not be loud, then there will be a surprise. Anyway, so and they did very well. But I did put the layer on.
And it's
I,
fun to have the layers sometimes, I guess. Really, no. I don't know. I can't say it's
I
fun.
don't know either.
But you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
No, I like the idea that of teaching that it's a game. So you can learn it and it's a game
Okay.
you choose to participate in or not. And so that's how I teach it to people that
Hmm.
come to me. If you're
Hmm.
transgender or if you're just not fitting in or social anxiety is
Hmm.
yes, it's all a game. And yes, you can learn it too, even if you didn't learn it from your family through mimicry. And you can choose how to use it or not.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's empowering.
Yeah.
But it is a game. It's all a game.
Yeah.
Nobody was born wearing makeup.
So here we go.
Nobody was born wearing a bra. Nope.
Uh,
Mhm. Well, I mean, honestly, come on. Nobody said now you're female. Mhm. Shall we with contraption?
Speaking
All
of
right.
that, and I'll tell you too, but upstairs I had that little toy vanity up there, and your little Otta likes to dig in there
She
too. And
loves.
it's but when she's here, it's hers. And but the two little girls that live in here with me, not in my house, but in the same town, uh, their lipstick ran out.
I know who. I'm sorry.
Ada, it doesn't matter. So I went and bought each one of them their own. I'm gonna put their name on it. And when Ada comes again, she's gonna have her own too.
Thank you.
So, and I'm gonna have some other things up there for her.
Yeah.
See, there we go, putting
Both
some
are
of
learning the mimicry to the likes from me. But she also is the child that asks us obsessively to cut her hair off because
Oh,
she
does
does
she?
not like it and it bothers her and she would like it all
Oh,
gone off of her.
and she's such a little flower, such a little butterfly.
So anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to diverge a little bit and it's still connected. Um, So, which direction do you want to go in
I don't,
now?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything. I mean, this chapter is this very similar to the first chapters of the Tao Te Ching. It just goes a little bit deeper. It talks about the importance of faith in it, not as something that is like made up and you just believe is something you don't see, but just that it's part of this journey that you'll have
Mhm.
belief in it. Um, in that everything is this unseen energy within us, without of us, before us, after us. Everything came out of the same stuff.
Yeah.
There's no hierarchy about that.
And there is something comforting, can be comforting in thinking about this because then you don't have to fear what we all fear the most,
Which is
and that's dying.
eradication. It's not just
Yeah.
even dying, it's the fact that
Yeah.
our individual self will cease.
Hmm. Yeah. But we'll
Ah,
still have ourself. I am.
yeah, but not with this, not with the social constructs.
Yeah, not with the social constructs. And in many ways, that will be freeing,
It will be hugely freeing, but is also terrifying to us.
but terrifying.
But we've
Yes,
already done it a lot because we didn't go anywhere. So the last time, whatever we were doing before this wasn't scary because we don't remember it. So it'll be the same.
so here we go.
Now, I will say there has been some evidence recently in our own lives, even of little bitty ones saying interesting stuff about maybe something before and possibly forgetting as language advances. The
Yeah.
more you learn about language in your brain, these memories might fade. So maybe there are more individuation, is that the word? Prior and after death than we think. It
Hmm.
doesn't matter
Yeah.
either way. But you had a little one that just said something. She said, "Oh, I'm starting to forget about heaven."
Hmm. Hmm.
You're like, what? And we're not a family that would have ever taught that to her. We
Hmm.
talk about it, we wouldn't have taught that idea to her.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it, are you talking about the one that I shared with you or,
Yeah.
yeah. She said, I can't remember what it looked like.
Yeah. And you're like, where did that even come from? And I know my little one, she still says some things sometimes that we
Mhm, she
don't.
does.
And I
Yeah.
remember Shawnee. Oh, this is so weird. And I know people have feelings about Michael Jackson or whatever, but he was adamant that he used to play with Michael Jackson in a barn. And I was like, what? How? This is
Hmm.
a child who was born way after Michael Jackson died, maybe
Hmm.
like four
Hmm.
years later. He was like, yeah, well, I know him. And I was like, what?
Hmm.
I played with him in a barn. We played dump
Hmm.
trucks. I'm going, I don't even have a clue how to answer you. Okay, sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
Kids have avid imaginations, but I don't even know if we had like really made Michael Jackson a big deal to Sean yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really strange. Of course, he
Well, I remember on that same thought, your oldest, when she was,
oh,
I don't know,
holy
2
cow.
years old or,
My one who is the least ready for the earth.
and you
She's so
found her talking in a corner. I don't know if she's in a corner or not, but talking somewhere in a room by herself. And, you walked in, I guess, or whatever, and she was talking to Granny.
oh, she's had so many things like she's the one that made the artwork for kindergarten. It's on my wall. So we got 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
She made
Oh,
the
wow.
artwork for kindergarten for a competition, right? All the kids supposed to do a little art show piece. And so she drew a picture of a boy and a girl, and they're carrying flames, right? A male and female, and they're like profile in kindergarten. She's an artist now. So the fact that this 5-year-old is drawing profiles, they're carrying
Yeah.
flames in their hands. And I said, oh, honey, this kid's always been like a million years old.
Um,
What is that? Oh, mom, it's
mm.
okay. They're dead. I was like, okay, they're dead. But it's okay, mom, because they still have their flames. And I was like, what on earth?
No, I
We were
know.
not a mystic family. We were at
Hmm.
the time we were I was still fundamentalist. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's on my
Yeah.
wall. Her people carrying their
Hmm.
flames through death.
Yeah. Oh. Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. When I say she wasn't ready for the earth, that she was extremely colicky. Extremely colicky. She
Hmm.
screamed a lot because she was so colicky. And I really
Hmm.
think she just was like had too much knowing and kept waking up and going, what? What? Why?
Why
No,
am I doing this?
what am I
That must have
doing?
been that must have been your problem when you had colic for 9 months.
I'm sure she did for 9 or maybe 2 years. Why? Why? Every time she'd wake up,
Sorry,
like,
Megan.
oh,
I
this
pulled you
was a
in.
mistake. This was a mistake. Let me back
Oh,
up.
that's a good description of colic.
I don't have any other, I don't even have any other reason. I know it's because they're supposed to be in the womb longer or something, but she was in there full term and
Yeah,
whatever.
you were
It's
early, but that wasn't.
not.
I thought, well, anyway. Oh well, whatever.
Oh, okay. But the other two weren't like that,
Hmm.
whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
They were like, let's party. Mom was like, let's party.
Well,
Okay.
do we need to just see what the next chapter is about?
As much fun as this visiting has been. Thank
Yeah,
goodness we do this weekly. It grounds me. Chapter
yeah,
22,
yeah.
Embracing the One is what it says for me. Oh, I love it.
Okay.
It's just more about giving us a pattern that is predictable and that nothing's out of control. We're okay.
And
What's
my
your
title is The Only Path to Wholeness. So that kind of mesh.
story? I love it. I love going through this book. This is so nice. And doing a Socratic method of talking helps it get into my being better than any other thing I have done, probably.
And I'll mention real quick, I know we got to go, but I know that I try to dig into the Bible and see if there's any connections. And like some other person that I've quoted, um, because there's been a whole lot of disconnect and hurt and pain and all that. And it's helping me to be able to, for a few years, I couldn't even open the Bible because of the hurt and the pain
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatever. And now I can and feel better about it. Just saying.
And not confused and not feeling like we have to choose one or the other.
Yes, exactly.
And it's not from a place of anybody else. It's just your own knowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you for
All
this
right.
journey.
Yeah. So thank you, whoever listens to us. Remember
Hmm.
that life is a journey and not a checklist. So enjoy the beautiful ride.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.